Well, no doubt, having looked at the previous video, you're just going, no way, Clive, that is just far too much work to do all that research. And of course, it is an awful lot of work, but that's why we have software. So I'm going to show you two bits of software now, just very briefly. Both of these products have amazing video tutorials, especially Market Samurai, that their creators have put up online. So there's no point in me doing in-depth tutorials when they do a far better job than I could ever do. So I just want to show you briefly that to give you hope, basically, and to show you how easy it can be. So here I am in Market Samurai. I've just opened a new project. I've called it Dog Grooming Site. I've put in a keyword, dog grooming. And that's all this has populated itself. I didn't have to do anything other than I've said it's for the United Kingdom. I could have chosen any market. So I'm now creating that project, and then I've got a number of choices, as you can see here, all sorts of things I can do. The things that I use most of all, and some things I'll be talking about later in this module and others, keyword research. What we did earlier in Google external keyword tool, you can do from inside Market Samurai, and get maybe a little bit more information than Google external keyword tool gives you. SEO competition, which is what we're talking about now, and rank tracking to find out where your site currently sits and so on, but we're talking about that in the next module. And then it does all sorts of other stuff too, with finding new content and so on, but it is very much a marketing tool, but it is brilliant. So what we're going to do, as you see up here, our main keyword, dog grooming, is in here. I could add a new keyword here. Well, let's do that now. Let's say the other one we were interested in, were we not, was mobile dog grooming. So you've got your list, you've got your spreadsheet, whatever of terms, and there we are. And now that's up there. So get back to dog grooming, highlight that. I'm going to click SEO competition, and if you look here, this is all the stuff that I listed earlier in the bullet points. How old the domain is, how many backlinks, how many government sites, how many this, that and the other. I've just ticked the whole lot, and I'm going to click generate results. I might pause the video for a moment while that's going through, in case it takes a while. No, but it should be fairly fast. And already it's found the top 10 websites for that phrase in google.co.uk. It's researched every one of those websites for all that stuff, and then it's populated a number of columns showing all that information. Well, there you are. I didn't have to pause anything, did I? So just by running the cursor along, it tells you what all the columns are for. So as per what's up here as well. So it's domain age, PR. Hang on, let's just hide those column filters there. Domain age, PR, how much content is indexed in Google, and so on. And if you, I don't know if you remember this one, if we clicked on this, we'd go to the site. That was the petslocally.co.uk site we saw earlier. That was #1 in Google. Now, interestingly, if we look across here, the domain is only 2 years old. All of these are much older. Look, 9, apart from the dog and groom one. 8, 7, 12 years, 11 years, 10, 15, what have you. PR, page rank, it's got a page rank of 3, which is respectable, but I mean, the one underneath it's got a page rank of 5, and the reason for that is the one underneath it is Wikipedia, which is just a massive site about everything. And then all the various links we're looking at. Now, first of all, let's look over here in the pink. This is the stuff we're talking about on-page, on-site optimization. Is the keyword dog grooming in the title? Yes, it is. Is it in the URL? Yes, it is. It's /dog grooming. Is it in the description? Well, we saw it was in Google when we in the previous video. And is it in a header tag on the page of the site? And we are being told yes. So this person who has built this site is very, as I've said before, switched on, has got everything right. They're not listed in the 2 human edited directories of note. Well, personally, I don't really rate these directories at all anymore, but that's just me. but we can see there are lots of backlinks they've got coming in, and both to the domain name itself, i.e. petslocally.co.uk, and also to that specific page. And these whoever built this website has gone to a big effort to get loads and loads and loads of backlinks. I'm sure he's probably had a group of people doing it, some of it automated. I would suggest that it would take you a long time to beat this guy. However, this chap down here in number 3 doesn't have. Yes, he has the keyword in the title. He doesn't have it in the URL. He has it in the description. And he has it in thing. So if you had it in the URL as well, you'd be a bit better placed than him. Backlinks from education and government sites, none of them have any, so maybe a couple of those might help you out a bit. If your website, I mean his website doesn't have any domain age at all, so I mean it was probably built this year or last year. Page rank of 1, nothing, hardly any links. So if this guy's in number 3, it's mostly because he's nearly got everything right here, as this guy at number 1 has got everything right. So if we get all of that right, here's another one. Got good domain age backlinks. See, the thing is with Google's algorithm, which is like their recipe for deciding what makes them put one website above another on page one, is a number of different things. And separately on this site in module 0, I think I've got a link to a document where I've got a list of things you want to do on your website to keep Google happy. But what weight they give to any one particular aspect of that algorithm is anybody's guess. And of course there might be things, there's like how long it takes your page to load, so the page speed. Do you have an about us page? Do you have a contact page? Do you have a privacy policy? All of these things. Is your site hosted in the same country as its target audience? Lots and lots of different things. So that all comes into play too, but this will give you a good idea initially of could you get onto page 1 for the term dog grooming. With a brand new website, I would suggest it might be a little bit difficult, but if you already had a dog site, say it was called Charlie's Dog Cleaning Service.com, and you created a page called dog grooming and optimized it in the same way that these people have, got some backlinks to it, and in later modules I show you how to do that, then it would be feasible for you to get onto page 1 of Google, certainly in the UK, for this search term and benefit from it. Well, your business would benefit from it. Obviously, the higher you are up in the Google rankings, the more clicks you're going to get. But you know, being at page 4 is better than being on. Being at number 4 on page 1 is better than being number 1 on page 4. There's no two ways about that. So there's pre-populated now all the stuff we need to know. So basically, if it's pink, it means it's heavy-duty competition. If it's yellow, medium. If it's green, pretty. You know, you could probably compete. Now, if we go over to mobile dog grooming, click on that, and we'll do the same thing there. Let's see what we find here. Generate results. Okay. And essentially, you just put all your keywords in and just go through it. There's still a bit of research to do, and I haven't shown. Well, I'll show you something else in a moment. Because we can even analyze all the backlinks these sites have and what sort of backlinks they are. Now, interestingly, on mobile dog grooming, the only site to have all the on-page SEO right is our old friend who was number 1 for dog grooming, Pets Locally. As I say, this guy knows what he's about. He's got lots of backlinks. This page is a domain age, and the PR of the page is a 2. I'm not too sure why he's down at number 5 instead of higher up, quite honestly. I reckon he should be higher. But anyway, that's Google for you, because he's the only one that's got everything in place. Mobile dog grooming, as you can see in the URL, it's there. Dial a dog wash. okay, the domain age is 8 years old, the PR3, but the incoming links aren't all that great. So I don't know. That's debatable why he's at number 5 he's at. But still, so again, I reckon. Look, here's one. Dog and Groom. There we are. So we saw them earlier, didn't we? They're at number 7 with hardly any backlinks, and they haven't optimized the page in question. So we could certainly get on page 1. If I was in the dog grooming business, I would be pretty sure that I could get onto page 1 of google.co.uk for mobile dog grooming, and certainly for dog grooming in my city. Let's say dog grooming London, or mobile dog grooming London, or any area of London. So that's just a very small part of Market Samurai. So I wanted to show you, in case you were feeling despondent after the previous video, that all is not lost. There is a much faster way of doing stuff. And as I say, Market Samurai can do loads of other things. So go and check them out, get the free trial, check out all the videos. It's a fantastic piece of kit, and I use it every day. But when I'm in a hurry, I use something else, which I'm going to show you in a moment, to give a snapshot of what I should be targeting. So let me go and show you that now. Okay, now let's look at the second tool, because in Market Samurai you've still got to use your noodle to try and work out what you can compete for or not, because it is confusing, because nobody knows Google's algorithm. It's like the Coca-Cola recipe. How much weight do they give to one aspect as opposed to another of on-site or off-site search engine optimization? And so, but with experience and practice, you do start to get a good idea. I mean, you can see a brand new site ranking highly with very few backlinks, but maybe that's because the URL is in the actual domain name, or the backlinks that they've got are very strong. I didn't really go into that in the last video, because we'll be talking about that, about the power of backlinks in later modules. I just wanted to open your eyes to the possibilities with software. Now, this is a bit of software I use as well as Market Samurai. Market Samurai I use for the sort of in-depth stuff. Stealth Keyword Competition Analyzer, or Stealth KCA, I use for a quick snapshot of a market. So in Google's keyword tool, I did a separate search for one of the keywords we'd found in the previous search, which was mobile dog grooming, and I put that in, and I pressed analyze, and it came up with a load of results, and I picked about a dozen or so and downloaded them as a CSV file. Well, in Stealth KCA, I'm going to find that file. It's important that it's a CSV file, not an Excel CSV, just plain CSV. I've got a couple here. I'm just trying to remember which one it is. I think it's that one. Open, and then click open here. And I'm going to go local monthly searches, because it was for the UK. Click OK, and here's the various search terms. Let's open that up a bit. And I put a couple of ones in there just as a matter of interest, like mobile dog grooming Manchester, and I found some other ones: mobile grooming, dog grooming mobile, dog grooming services, and so on. So now that's all imported, I'm going to start SKCA. I keep wanting to say SCAR. And let's see what it comes up with, and I'll pause the video while I'm doing that. Okay, I'm just waiting for the last couple of keywords to populate, but while that's going on, check this out. This is what Stealth KCA does for you. Basically, Alex Safey, who built this great bit of software, has he sort of has his own algorithm here. So he'll go and take all the search results that you put in. I've only put in, what, 20 or so. You can put as many as you like. And then he looks at what Google tells you the competition pages are, But then he works out what your actual competition pages are, because when Google says competition pages, that's just sometimes it's just crazy. So he works out the real competition, the strength of that competition, the average page rank, its strength, works out, he sort of does little formulas and things, whether the keyword search term is has commercial intent, how many advertisements appear, and this is, as I said earlier, I think in the previous video, this is a good indicator of it being a money search term. For example, all of these, well, apart from dog grooming parlors, which still I think is something you should have a page maybe optimized for, because software is not, that no software is perfect, and I think this software has made the mistake that because there aren't any advertisements appearing for dog grooming parlors, that it's a bad search term to rank for. But if you look over here, you see, look, it's got virtually no competition, so why not rank for it? And it's getting 110 people looking a month. Now others, some of these things like mobile grooming is, I mean, that's such a daft search term. Only 58 people locally are searching for that, so chances are we wouldn't bother. But dog grooming mobile similarly. But think about this: if you are optimizing a page for mobile dog grooming, you're also targeting for dog grooming, because that's in the term. Dog grooming services is also targeting for dog grooming. Dog grooming mobile is as well. So this is, as I say, a quick way of my taking a snapshot of what I should be looking at possibly for a site. Now, and here we go. It goes amazing, great, good, bad, poor. I don't know how far down the scale it goes. But when you've got amazing or great, it means you can get on. As far as I'm concerned, if you follow what I teach here in web delegation, as far as on-site optimization goes, getting backlinks and all the stuff that you do, you're not going to have a problem getting onto page one. Now, interestingly, I put in mobile dog grooming Manchester, and this would vary from city to city. Maybe mobile dog grooming London will be a harder one to rank for. But if you have a mobile dog grooming service in Manchester, there is no problem on not only getting on page one of Google for your main site, but in module 1, when we talk about Google Places, we're going to get you on onto page 1 in a way, just for local search. So this is all good stuff, and this is a much faster way, because basically Alex's software does the calculations for you. If you are really into search engine optimization, as I am, then yes, Market Samurai is something that you really need, because it does all sorts of other stuff as well. But Alex's software does something very straightforward. It just tells you at a glance, is this keyword worth chasing, worth me optimizing my site for? And as we can see here, mobile dog grooming, mobile dog groomers, mobile dog grooming Manchester, dog grooming prices. You see, you could have a page just with your prices on it and optimize it for that. Lots of people searching for it. Mobile dog wash. What's the other one I saw here that had good searches? Oh yeah, and even back on dog groomers. Look, 2,400. Great. So, dial a dog wash. Look at that. 1,600 local searches. Very low competition. Now he's saying bad because no one's got an advertisement there. The fact that no one has an advertisement there is that because no advertiser has considered that that's a good search term to target with an ad. You know, so this is where the software lets you down. So you've got to think about it a little bit. But if 1,600 people are searching for dial a dog wash, I'd have an ad there if I didn't know how to optimize my website for a search term such as dial a dog wash. That's why I don't pay for ads, because I get my sites ranked organically and in the organic search. So as I said earlier, I hope you're going, wow, this is so much easier than all that stuff you were talking about in video 1. and we'll go into more depth in later modules when we're talking about backlinks and all that sort of stuff. But there we are. See, this is, if you've got the right tools, get the job done. And oh yeah, and just briefly, while we're still in stealth, yeah, there is another video that Alex has done himself, where he takes you through a similar process below this video in the various links. But in settings, so I've got it set for United Kingdom, as you can see, but you can set it somewhere else. Speed is interesting. I've got it on normal speed, so that lot took about 5-10 minutes to generate on a reasonably fast broadband connection. But the thing to do is maybe put it on low, and in the morning, if you've got a big list, let it run in the background, forget about it until the evening, and then come back and check on it. Because I have mentioned before that Google doesn't, because every time you run something like this, you're asking Google for information, and if you keep asking for too much, and too often, they get annoyed with you and they sort of block you for a while. So that's a way around that. And then, of course, this information, I could export it again as a CSV file and all sorts of stuff. And proxies is another way of getting around the, if you're really doing massive research, you get proxies, which basically tells Google that you're not always at the same computer. Anyway, you can look into that. Just look it up on the web, or we'll talk about it later. But anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and it's given you cause for hope, as it were. It's not as tough as it looks. The research can be done for you.